In this video, I'm going to show you a few things about the brush tool. The brush tool is located just above halfway down, looks like a paintbrush, and functions very much like a paintbrush. And if I just use it to click and drag, it's going to paint a shape, a line, a dot, just whatever I command the brush to do. And it's kind of based on an airbrush, actually. It has a much more feeling of an airbrush in Adobe Photoshop, although we can change to other brush shapes or types by just toggling this little down arrow here. And I could choose a hard round brush instead of a soft one, and you get a hard edge instead. And in that same palette, there's also a way to change the size. So I can make it smaller, like so, or I can make it very large. I can go even bigger than that if I wanted to. And another way to do that is simply by using the caption keys on your keyboard. It looks like a rectangular parentheses or an angled parentheses button. And the left one will make it smaller, and the right one will make it larger. Simple enough. I recommend getting used to those key commands because it's much more convenient than going up to this, this button up at the top. But there are many, many different brushes in here. They do all kinds of different effects. Some of them have to be layered for them to show. And each one can have many possible different options. You also can download additional brushes or add new brushes or make new brushes. So I go into the settings command here. Let's see, there it is. I can import brushes or I can get more brushes, and it'll take me to a website where you have to sign in. It's owned by Adobe, and I can download tons of brushes in here. A mega pack, watercolors. I think I saw manga brushes here earlier. All kinds of really cool stuff you could be creative with. And it'll download those right into your palette there. Let's see, we also have options of opacity, right? So that's 100% opacity. I could choose something near 40 or 50% just by toggling the slider up at the top. And I could type in the exact number even, let's say 50%. Flow sometimes does interesting stuff. It really depends on the brush. I find it does interesting things for more painterly brushes. Let me just try one out. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's see here. So this is this brush at 100% flow, kind of a pastel texture. And if I drop that, let's say down to 16% flow, it's a little bit more nuanced. It's a little bit more of a variety in that texture, a little more of a spattery type of effect. So flow is worth playing around with too sometimes, just to see what it'll do to your brush. But that's the brushes in a nutshell.